Hey, my wonderful Gemini Divine Feminine Placements. Christina here with Ginger Mama Tarot. Coming at you. Excuse me. My goodness. Maybe some of you have been talking a lot. I'm a Gemini rising. I know I've been talking a lot. So maybe you've just been communicating your truth, or you're being called to in the month of September. I'm coming at you with your September extended Tarotscope, okay? I'm going to get the words out, right? So maybe some of you are talking faster than you're thinking, type of thing. And that's common with Gemini placements, right? I totally get it. I totally get it. But listen, when I was channeling for you, actually, it wasn't anything like that. It was a cruise ship, or like a boat, or maybe like a is it a gondola ride? Like, it was like you just going through like a city at sunset, like just calm, just like, well, I'm gonna cruise through it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's kind of the month of September. Some of the astrology is a little rocky, but I feel like you've hit this point where you're like, I'm just gonna keep cruising. Like, I'm gonna keep moving forward. I don't have to rush this. I don't have to go slower. I know I'm at the right place in my life. And you're feeling really at peace with that. And I like that. I love that energy for you. So let's see what else comes in. Let's start out with some of the astrology this month, okay? As we kick off September on the 5th, we have Venus, of course, the sign of love, in Virgo. We're in Virgo season. And Venus in Virgo is calling on us to really get clear about how we view relationships, right? And like what practical things, especially that air sign energy of Gemini, you're good at that. But again, that earth sign energy of like, what are practical things? Like, let's not get too far into our thoughts or, feelings or romanticizing things. What are more practical things we're looking for in a connection, right? But Virgo is also very intuitive. So it calls on us to tap into those emotions and our intuition about a connection. And maybe right now you do feel very intuitively tapped in to whatever is maybe coming for you in love. Like, you're just like, I know that source is going to bring me what I need when I need it. And I don't have to know. I just want to enjoy the cruise type of feeling. So I love that for you. And I also feel like that image of like a wake, behind a boat, where it feels very gentle, like almost when like, you're on a lake and like the boats can't go a certain speed. It's like they're still moving, but they're going as fast as they can at that certain speed. But it's that gentle like wake behind the boat. Like, that's the energy I feel for you right now. And it just feels so peaceful. It feels really good. This feels like almost one of the most peaceful Tarotscopes I've done. If not, I think it is at this point. I only have a couple more signs left, but for the month of September. So I really love this for you. Maybe that is your energy this month. It's like, you're just not going to let anything affect you. You're like, nope, I'm going to keep going. So I love that. We do have, though, the Five of Cups coming out. Like, there's definitely been pain, sorrow, sadness, maybe grief you're still working through this month. Just remember these 3 cups that are spilt. There are 2 cups behind you that are full. I know you know this, but like, this is your reminder that any of that grief you're feeling, pain, that a great time to release will be around the full moon. So let's first touch on some more of the astrology, and then we'll build up to that, okay? So on the 6th, the moon goes into Aquarius. The moon changes signs all the time. That's common. However, I find this transit interesting because the moon hangs out until the 8th, and then Aquarius is conjunct Saturn, which Aquarian energy is all about collective energy. It's asking ourselves, where do we fit in the bigger piece of the puzzle, of the pie, right? Like, what is our soul here to do, to teach, to become in this lifetime? And as Gemini placements, we love to talk, teach, educate, things like that. And so whatever it is for you, asking yourself, where is my place in the collective? How can I find my own identity, but also be in service to the greater good, right? The collective awakening that's occurring. You're also going to be in this place of making sure that friends or family, anyone in your orbit, is really the energy you want to be in. If there's anything off that's making you feel anxious, sad, uncomfortable, pulling back and just speaking the truth and saying, hey, I'm going to work on myself for the next 2 or 3 weeks, like, a month. I'll reach out to you in October or whatever it might be. And setting those clear boundaries where you're telling the truth, you're not just running or ghosting. I feel like for most of you, this is more friends and family. It doesn't feel like love right now. So just communicating that with them, like, hey, I'm going to take some time to myself this month, and I'll reach back out, as we approach the holiday season or whatever it might be. And just clearly setting those boundaries with family and friends, and then seeing how you feel in their absence. Are you feeling calmer? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling more anxious? Why is that? Tap into that. What does that come from? Feminine energy is normally more anxiously attached. They're seeking validation and approval from others. So ask yourself, am I connecting with them just because I want validation or approval? Or is this actually mirrored energy that's really making me feel whole and complete in these, exchanges, conversations, etc.? Okay, and then on the 9th, we jump into Mercury retrograde, which I know a lot of people fear. They're like, oh no, Mercury retrograde. Don't panic about this, okay? Don't let that hype get you there. Yes, there's a big possibility that many of you will have karmic exes, soulmates, maybe the twin flame, whoever it is for you, reaching out in some way. But again, that energy of the boat, the cruise, it's like you're just going forward. You're not going to overreact. You're not going to hit the gas pedal. You're not going to stall out. You're just going to take what information comes in and you're going to process it, and then you're going to respond in the appropriate manner, okay? And so be mindful of any of that coming back in. Don't allow it back in if it's not committed. Look at this. As I say this, I cannot make up these cards. The Hierophant, all about commitment, all about a spiritual connection, especially if it's a soulmate, twin flame. The way I read tarot, the Ace of Pentacles is the hand of God in my deck. It's source. I've made this agreement when I started reading. The yellow brick road leads to new earth. So this is source confirming. Unless this person is connecting with you and saying, I really miss you. I definitely have a connection with you. I want to exclusively date you. I want to be with you. Then you need to boomerang that back. I feel like this energy, whatever feminines I'm connecting with right now, you already know this. You already understand that when they come into your energy field and you take those breadcrumbs, that it causes you mass pain and heartache and grief and sadness. And you're like, I don't want to do that again. I'm not playing the friend game. I'm not going through the old toxic cycles. I'm not repeating the past. I'm moving forward. And if you'd like to come with me on this gentle cruise, great, but you better be committed. And if not, you're out, okay? So keep that in your mind's eye this month, all right? Any insecurity you're still feeling, any like bubbling up emotions. As we hit the 9th, we're at that full moon in Pisces, okay? Especially if you also hold Pisces placements, this is going to be a big thing for you. So release any insecurity, fear, doubt. I love to tell clients, write it down, write a letter to yourself, or just write a few words or sentences and just sit with source and say, I'm going to release this now, and burn it. A match, a candle, a bonfire, whatever you want to do, release it, okay? You're going to feel better if you take the time to really do that deep work around the full moon, because there's something here in your past that you're really carrying a burden around. Again, it could be love, it could be past shadows, it could be family, it could be multiple things. Just a past belief about yourself, that you're carrying in your energetic field. And we want to clear that. So take the time in the beginning of the month to really ask yourself, okay, what does love look like to me? What are my connections looking like right now? Let's take inventory. And then what do I need to release? And even if you feel like you've already released it before, release again, okay? We just continue to release. The more we release, the better we feel, okay? So work on that. And then as we, I feel like this feels like such good energy for you guys. It really does. I know many of you might be doubting right now, like there's no victory here. This seems so chill, but like I feel like maybe if you've been struggling a lot lately, that this month might feel much calmer than you thought, like much easier than you thought. Judgment reverse, to me, this doesn't feel like you're necessarily judging others. Maybe you are. Be mindful of that if you're being critical of others. But it feels like you're being very critical of yourself. So be mindful of that loop, that air sign energy of like, no, I'm not doing it perfectly. I'm not doing it right. I need to do this. I need to do that. Don't do that. Okay. And be mindful of criticizing anyone else anyone else's experience, okay? Again, that Saturn conjunct Aquarius on the 8th is asking us to take inventory and understand everyone has their own journey, everyone has their own time and their own path. And if it doesn't align with you, that's okay. Pull back. It's not meant for you, okay? What's meant for you will always come to you. It will always end up with you, okay? It's not our job to force that or try to push connections that are not for us, okay? And I know that's hard. Ace of Cups reversed. I know it's very emotionally draining when you're like, I really love someone and care about them. I just really, was genuine in my intentions. Absolutely, I understand that. But again, release that, release that. I feel like right now, the only thing you should be taking action towards is your money. Look at this. So many of you have so much money coming. 10 of Pentacles, highest financial thing in the deck. If you have been working hard at something, Source is about to show you, whether that's more followers, more connections, just another opportunity in your career, a raise, something like that. Source is going to show you that your work has not been in vain and that your daily action, your nonstop movement is really, really paying off, okay? So keep going. I feel like this month is that slow and steady, but not even slow. It's just that steady pace of like, I'm going to stay calm no matter what's happening around me. I'm going to keep going forward. And so I feel like this money, though, is going to manifest more after that full moon, towards maybe the end of the month. We hit Libra season. We have the new moon on the 25th, and on the 29th, Venus will be in Libra. And so again, that balance, if you've been doing the work of like, okay, masculine and feminine energy within myself, if you've been doing the work of like, okay, I want to embody the type of partner I want to call in. So I'm going to make sure I'm financially secure. I'm going to make sure I'm emotionally available, that I'm communicating clearly and calmly, that I'm consistent in my behavior, whatever it is for you. It's like you're realizing that it's not about finding a partner that embodies that. It's about you embodying it first. And then a mirrored energy who also embodies that, will come into your reality at some point. So keep going, because I feel like you're making a lot of progress. Yeah, look at this Wheel of Fortune. Are you kidding me right now? I have not done a reading like this. Gemini Divine Feminines, you have money. If you've been doing the work, massive money coming in by the end of the month. Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Pentacles. What is this? This is beautiful. And I know many of you are in this place. You're like, but wait, your heart's been broken. I feel like you took that pain though, and you're channeling it into service to the collective, into your creative endeavors, into finding yourself. And that is Source's like, it's not time for love right now, but it definitely is time for you to be rewarded financially. Okay. So take that win. You deserve it. Okay. The Seven of Cups reversed, maybe you felt very overwhelmed by a lot of options lately, could be around your career, and you've just been like, I don't know, there's so many opportunities, where do I go? Maybe this is going to bring more clarity for you, like what direction you really should be flowing in, and that's like the one. So keep going. This is exciting for you guys. But yeah, so I'm not saying there's no love this month, but I feel like it's more like this self-love. There is something here still, though. Make sure around that full moon that you're still holding on to in the past. And I don't know, that soulmate, that twin flame, that belief that things have to be a certain way, or you're doubting yourself in some way. Don't do that. Walk away from the past right now, okay? There's a reason it's in the past, all right? If it was meant for your future, it would be here. If that masculine you're thinking of was meant to be with you, they would be communicating with you. The Fool here reversed, they are fools, okay? They are total fools. There's not a new beginning with that right now, though. And if you're holding on to that still, you're really going to have a difficult month. I feel like you're going to feel weaker and weaker. It's going to be the opposite with finances, okay? But if you're really releasing and doing the work, you're going to see the payoff big time, okay? So let's see what these Moon Oracle cards say. Nothing will come of this situation. So again, anything you're worrying about, like, it's not, anytime this month, just remember that anything you're worrying about, nothing's going to come of this. I don't need to worry about this, right? And same if you're like hyper fixated on a certain person. Again, nothing's going to come of this. It's not needed. What you're trying to call in is divine connection. So it doesn't matter the skin suit that appears in, right? It's about the feeling and the intention. And I know that's scary because you're familiar with, that person. But if that person wanted to be with you, they would be communicating that they're healing, talking to you, all of this. Hold your vision. Hold the vision for the life you're trying to build and create, okay? It is so much closer than you think. It really is, especially with those wonderful financial cards, okay? So I love all of you. I have free TikTok content daily on my TikTok account, Ginger Mama. I also have free blog posts on my website, gingermama.com, and I'm happy to do a personal reading. If you'd like one, you can book through my website. So I love all of you. I will see you next month. Please like and subscribe if this resonated with you.